الحمد لله وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اهتدى بهداه واتبع طريقه إلى يوم نلقى الله. لو سألنا أي أخت أو أي أخ الآن وقلنا لك تخيل إن أنا دلوقتي ما بتحدثش معاكم أنتم، بل أتحدث مع الأولاد اللي تحت. مش هكلم الأخوات ولا هكلم الإخوة، هنكلم الأولاد. وهنقول للأولاد دول عاوزينكم تجاوبونا على 3 أسئلة. هل أنت بالفعل بتشعر بحب بابا أو بحب ماما ليك أم لا؟ أم تستطيع أو تحاول أن تستدل على هذا الحب بأكثر أو بوسائل غير مباشرة، يعني تبذل جهد عشان تتبين إن بالفعل أبي يحبني أو أمي تحبني، ولا أصلا لا أنا عارف قطعا هم ما بيحبونيش أصلا، الموضوع خلصان. تتوقع أي اختيار هيختاره ابنك أو أي اختيار هتختاره بنتك؟ لو قلنا له السؤال الثاني عن رعاية أو اهتمام أبوك وأمك بيك، بالفعل أبويا وأمي بيهتموا بيا بشكل قوي جدا. لا، يعني اهتمامهم بيا هو اهتمامهم بواحد في أسرة، يعني هم لازم يأكلوا ال5، فواحد 2 3 4 فلازم نجيب 5 مثلا، واحنا بنجيب فراخ لازم نجيب ل5، واحنا بنجيب هدوم لازم نجيب ل5، فهو واحد يعني في وسط المجموع. ولا لا، في الحقيقة أصلا ما فيش أي اهتمام خاص بي إطلاقا، أنا مجرد أنا بس كده ده البيت ده السكن بتاعي. ده السؤال الثاني. تتوقع ابنك هيختار أنهي إجابة؟ لو قلنا إن أولادنا بالفعل يا إخوة في هذه البلاد هم ليس لهم بعد الله سبحانه وتعالى إلا نحن، هل تظن لو سألناهم اكتبوا لنا أكثر ناس بالفعل صنعوا حياتكم، أكثر ناس أثروا إيجابيا عليكم، هل هيكون اسمك أو هل هيكون اسمك يا أختي أحد هؤلاء؟ أنا مش عايز أسأل السؤال بصورة متشائمة وأقول له لو في ناس أثروا سلبا عليك في حياتك، هل هيكون منهم لا قدر الله بابا أو ماما؟ فخليني أسأل السؤال بالطريقة الإيجابية المتفائلة ونقول لو سألناه في مثلا في 3 أثروا في حياتك، 3 صنعوا حياتك، صنعوا نجاحك، هل بالفعل هيقول أبي واحد من هؤلاء؟ I'm introducing actually this series of talking about parents versus kids by imagining if I will ask your children, how do you feel towards your parents? Do they really love you and that's obvious to you? Or they have to kind of try to look for proofs, signs that yes, they love me. Or they will say, no, for sure they don't. If I would ask them, do they care about you, knowing they have like so many other responsibilities, do they still care about you? Or option B, they kind of care about me as part of the group. When they are cooking, they're cooking for 5. When they are buying food, they're buying for 5. So I'm 1 of 5. This is just like, this is my position, just 1 of 5. Or, no, there's no actually caring at all about me. I'm not there in this house. I'm just living here. What will they choose? A, B, or C? If I would ask them, give me the most 3 people affected you in your life, the 3 people who made your success, who made your present and and inshallah your beautiful future, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. Will you be one of those three? Will the sister be one of those three? I'm saying this because we really need to look at ourselves and how we are raising our children. And this lecture is not actually for entertaining, for giving good stories, more than it's a way to really ask ourselves or check our ways. Is this what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants from me or not? Because actually, it's not just you're not going to enjoy your life when you're actually messing up with your kids, when you are not caring about them. It's you're losing your life and your hereafter too. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment is not going to ask you, Muhammad or Ahmad or Sayyid or whomever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you about yourself, will ask you about all your children. Allah will ask you about your wife. قُلْ إِنَّ الْخَاسِرِينَ, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, قُلْ إِنَّ الْخَاسِرِينَ الَّذِينَ خَسِرُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَهْلِيهِمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Truly, indeed, verily, the losers are the ones who lost themselves or their families in the day of judgment. Those are the real losers in the day of judgment. Those who did not actually care about their kids, or they were busy to sit with their kids, they were too busy to ask about their salah or to even try to strengthen their relationship to their kids. They don't have time for that. They're so busy, and this is life, man, what are you gonna do? And they're just getting excuses from everywhere. And there are so many excuses, but will those excuses work before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allahu A'lam. Allahu A'lam, and we also know that it's not gonna work. It's never gonna work before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you in the Quran, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها. And when He's telling you some obligation in the Quran that you can do it, regards to your situation, regards to your financial life, you definitely can raise your kids in a great way that they will be leaders, not just to Muslims, but to all the society. You definitely can do that easily if you just put some efforts towards that, if you took it seriously, if you look at that as one of your priorities in your life, one of your most important actually priorities in your life. ولد صالح يدعو له أو قل إن الخاسرين وعليك أن تختار إما أن تكون حلقة من الأجر لا تنتهي إلى يوم القيامة، أو والعياذ بالله حلقة من الوزر لا تنتهي إلى يوم القيامة. أنت إما تربح به الجنة، يا إما أجرنا الله وإياكم من الثانية. So, I will just focus today or put some light or highlight some of the mistakes that we sometimes do. And again, we can never cover actually everything about raising children in Islam, but in this Ramadan, we're trying to tell you there are very important topics that we are not caring about. There are very important parts actually of our life that we don't give it actually our attention and our time. However, it's not actually amongst the preferred knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge you about that. Allah will ask you about your kids. So if you didn't know how to do it, you have to learn how to do it. So, and actually the first mistake, if I'm talking now, and only I will talk today about those few mistakes that we sometimes do while dealing with our children, and that's why we don't have the children that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. So the first mistake actually that we don't know how to do it. We don't have experience about that. And especially that happens a lot with the first child. With the first child, subhanallah, حقل التجارب بتاعنا. تجرب الشليل ما تنفعش، فتخش على الكاس ما تجيبش، فتخش على التايم اوت، ما ينفعش، فتقعد تجرب، طب تجيب له جايزه، بس في الوقت ده هو ما يستحقش جايزه. فبيبقى الولد الاولاني ده سبحان الله يعني ربنا يجزيهم خير الجزاء، الاولاد الاولانيين دول بيبقوا بالفعل with the first child like we normally actually get our experience through messing up with the first child. So yes, that's a fact. So one of the first mistakes that we actually were doing is that we don't have experience and we don't seek this knowledge. So we kind of try, and if it didn't work, alhamdulillah. If not, I'm gonna try something else. Let's beat him up. No, it didn't work. Okay, let's then punch him. Okay, let's put him for like time out. And at the end, subhanAllah, at the most of the times, nothing works because you don't have experience, and it will not happen like that. He's human, and every single act and every try will leave something in his life. Every try. So how many tries before, guys, we did? Every try left something in his life. Left some memory. Left something that will really, that's making him by this time, in this day. Every day you're putting actually a point, whether plus or minus, but you're putting a point in actually his personality, and at the end you are actually drawing the whole picture, like those dots, which is day, every situation in this day. So again, the first mistake that we sometimes we have is actually the lack of the experience. The lack of the experience. The second mistake that we're sometimes try to imitate other people. That I see, مثلا, Brother Muhammad is, mashallah, is dealing with his children amazingly. So you know what? I will treat my kids in the exactly the same way that he's doing it. But that's wrong too. Because every child is different. Every single child is different. Every father is different. That could be very nice from him, but if you will do it, it's not gonna look that nice. Every place. So again, we sometimes look at our friends. MashaAllah, I saw him. He normally, when his kids mess up, he just beat him up. So he memorized the whole Quran. Amazing kids, MashaAllah. They memorized the whole entire Quran. Some people actually you will copy him because he accomplished something that you liked. Okay? And Allah, if that's an accomplishment or not. But anyway, you like that, you imitate him. Do not copy others. Every child is different. Every single child is different. The third mistake that we sometimes just follow some old ways or traditional ways while raising our children. I saw my father actually, we used in Egypt actually, you know what? Back then, the kids cannot even raise their voice if his parents is there. So every single time, if my child raises his voice, I just knock him down. So he will not actually raise his voice all his life. Or actually until he gets his opportunity to actually do the opposite to you, and you will be quiet. And you will not be able to do anything at them. And you will cry at them. But it's going to be too late. So we shouldn't actually just follow our traditional way of raising children. Especially that many of the people who are listening now, they already moved from different continent to another continent. And you still want to follow the same way they are applying in Asia or they apply in Africa. It's not going to work. That's wrong to apply that here. I'm actually assuming all this cultural way is correct though. I'm assuming it's correct and it has nothing to do against the religion. But the reality, as we all know, that the religion actually is suffering a lot from some of those actually cultural routines and so forth. That really big part of our culture is not actually matching what Allah wants, what the Prophet ﷺ wants. Yet we're still like stuck to this cultural way. So that's the third mistake. The fourth mistake, that we don't have that much experience in the life here. We don't have enough skills here to raise the children here, with the pressures of the life here in America and the lack of our experience for living here in America. That causes a lot of, like for example, the father is working, has to work for 16 hours, and yet afterwards he's the only one who's driving. He has to actually to take his children after coming back to take to their basketball game, and then but he's extremely tired. If there's any way the sister can learn how to drive, astaghfirullah al-azim. Until now, like there are many Muslims, they believe that's a major sin. You know, like I used to hear that from some brothers actually who were here in America before me. As long as your wife does not drive, you're okay. أول ما زوجتك تتعلم السواقة ده بداية الخراب. اوعى تعلم زوجتك السواقة. الحمد لله. And I stuck to it. I swallowed it. So anyway, alhamdulillah, I'm living amazing life. So is that correct? Is it haram for the sister to learn how to drive? Or maybe because we in our country we don't see women driving. But does that mean it's definitely haram? Don't you think if she knows how to drive, she can help you with some, like going to some places, so that will save you some time to sit with your kids for 1 hour a day, that they really need you in this hour. So she can, at the same time you're working, she will take them to this place that they have to go there. Otherwise, they are not going to learn any skills in their life, and that's a major problem that we definitely going to talk about it later. They're not going to learn the skills, or they have to wait until Baba comes at 8 o'clock to drive them to this place. So again, we like the lack of this like very basic skills. The Prophet ﷺ said 1400 years ago, 1400 years ago, خير نساء ركبنا الإبل نساء قريش. In the same country, they are actually giving fatwa now, driving is haram for ladies. In the same land, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam declared, خير نساء ركبنا الإبل نساء قريش. So how come it became now haram for them to drive a car? If they're riding camels, the best ladies to ride camels are the ladies of Quraysh. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam 1400 years ago saying that. So what's going on? Are you sure that's haram? Is this the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Or now we're twisting the religion actually with our culture? I might actually understand it if it's part of your culture, but has nothing to do with the religion. So again, I hope until next week, inshallah, we get some other tips about how should we raise our children in Islam. As Muslims, wallahi, we have amazing religion. We have the religion that can raise leaders. You can easily, with following your religion, raise leaders. Just like what the Sahaba did when they followed only Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Kitabullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They raised Khalid, they raised Ali, they raised Talha, they raised Abdullah ibn Zubayr, they raised Abdullah ibn Abi Bakr, they raised those great leaders, leading armies while they're still teenagers, leading armies, fighting other empires. And the leader is just a teenager. So we're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the knowledge to raise our kids as He subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. We're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to put our religion before our culture, before everything in this life. We're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم.